Well boys, it's finally time to get the Speed 3 going a little bit more loud. What better way to bring more loud to the Speed 3 than with a catless downpipe and test pipe? That's right guys, the MAZDASPEED3 is getting a catless downpipe. We got our Turbo XS test pipe right here, and then we got our primary catless downpipe right here, both 3 inches, so you already know it gets that nice good flow that the Speed 3 needs. I need to get this car ready to be tuned. I already have the tune sent to my access port. I already put it on the access port. All I have to do is put all the bolt-ons on this car and then just go straight to tuning and get this car going. And of course, there's only one person to trust with the tune, and that is Freak Tune. That's the tune that we went with. So we're gonna have a nice pro tune for the Speed 3, and it'll definitely be rewarding for that. I've never done this tuning process before, or even like the catless downpipe on this car or anything, so you guys are literally gonna be just watching me doing all this for the first time. Even the tuning process, I've never done the e-tuning process before, so well, you guys are about to watch. So let's go ahead and pop the hood. And I know what you guys are probably thinking, Jay, why aren't you doing the intake and stuff first, since it's the easiest thing? Well, that's exactly why. The intake and stuff like that are the easier installs to do, and the first thing I want to do is knock out the most difficult ones or the most annoying ones. So that's why we are actually going to be doing the catless downpipe first. I've watched a ton of YouTube videos on how to remove this thing, so I kind of got an idea on how to do it. It's just to literally go through and do it, so a little bit nervous since it is my first time, but we live and we learn, right? Now before I go ahead and actually start, I'm going to spray some WD-40 and some PB Blaster on the downpipe nuts and bolts and stuff, so that once we get to taking it off, you know, at least this will soak it enough and make it a little bit easier. But we're just gonna do that. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take this top mount intercooler off because we won't be needing this anymore. So next up is to actually remove that O2 sensor that is right there, and of course you got to use the actual O2 socket to get it out. You know, hopefully we don't break or strip the O2 sensor, so fingers crossed. Alright, got this little downpipe heat shield off, and we got the O2 sensor out, thank goodness, and we can still reuse it. Thank goodness, because these stuff are actually expensive. You can see our 5 downpipe bolts or nuts. We just gotta take them out. Should break the downpipe from up there. And then we just gotta go down, unplug all the sensors and stuff. I might actually just unplug all the sensors from now, and then we can go ahead and take out these downpipe studs or nuts. Here's the secondary O2 sensor. So once I take the downpipe out of the car, then I'll just take that one off, put it inside the new downpipe. It should be good. Definitely just gonna do it off camera because it's kind of hard to even get the camera position to even see back there, so yeah. Now if I remember correctly from off YouTube, they said these are 14mm nuts, so we're just gonna go ahead and take these out. The hardest one is definitely gonna be the one that's hiding under there, but we'll figure it out. So quick little update, I got 2 of the nuts, well, and 1 stud out from the downpipe so far. And if we go over here, I actually broke loose another 2. So the one like right here on top, and then one at the side right there. The bottom one, I still have to break that one loose, but we're getting there. That bottom one is definitely going to be the pain. Well, let me tell you guys, they were not joking about that nightmare bolt, that nightmare nut that's under there at the bottom of the downpipe. It is such a pain to get, but I think we are almost there. I just got to do a few more little turns and it should come out. Oh my goodness, guys, come on. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Holy hell, guys, we got it. The final last death nut. And now this downpipe should just be able to pull, there we go, right off the turbo. Now that we have the downpipe and everything loose out here, we can just go under the bottom and just loosen the bolts down there, and then just pull this downpipe up and out of this thing. When you guys are going under the car, put some safety glasses on. You don't want anything falling in your eyes. Kind of hard to film here, but all right. Well, this install is taking a lot longer than it should, as usual, because these are completely rust welded together. So usually what I see people do is they just get an angle grinder and just cut the bolt and just get a new bolt. So I think that's what I'm gonna do too. I'm just gonna use an angle grinder, cut this bolt in half, same with this one, and just pull this whole thing out and put in the new downpipe, because at this point it's so ridiculous trying to get that out. I swear guys, nothing ever goes as easy and as smooth sailing as the YouTube videos you watch, I swear. All right boys, after some time I finally got this dang second cat out. I'm just gonna take this all out as one piece. Save me a bunch of time. Oh my gosh guys, holy shoot bro, finally. You guys do not know how long that took me to get that out of there. Oh my gosh. Here we go guys, catted downpipe, the stock downpipe, finally out of the car. Holy hell, this was a nightmare. All right, so fast forward into the next day. This is day 2 of the downpipe install, guys. So pretty much where we last left off was taking out the stock downpipe. Now we just got to put in the new downpipe, CATLESS downpipe, which should be a whole lot easier. I also have both O2 sensors. They're perfectly fine, so we can definitely reuse them, thank goodness. Okay, so before we go ahead and put the downpipe in, I'm gonna go ahead and put some anti-seize on the O2 sensor threads, so that next time we have to do anything like that, it'll be an easier, you know, removal and installation. So we're gonna put some anti-seize on the O2 sensors. Just gonna grab it like this, put a little bit of anti-seize on there. Same with the next one, grab them, just put a little bit of anti-seize on that. All right, let's put this joint in. All right, we got the downpipe on there. The primary one is on. If I go up here, there we go, there's the O2 sensor. Just got to connect the secondary one, and I'll put the primary one at the top once I'm done bolting everything down and stuff. But so much easier to install without that big fat stock cat in there. Oh yeah, so much better guys, look at that. Got the O2 sensors in, we got both of them in. I just gotta plug in this one from over on that side, and then I just have to bolt all these bolts down just to really lock it into place, and then also put on the test pipe. All right, here we go. Perfect. Check that out guys, we got our CATLESS downpipe officially installed. Oh my goodness. And at the top, all of them are secured, all the studs and everything, the nuts. The CATLESS downpipe is officially installed, and that right there is the main reason why I want to do the downpipe first, because it is the most difficult, most annoying one. So now with that out of the way, doing the intake and other stuff like that is going to be an easy breeze. And now you guys are probably going to be mad at me, but I am not starting the car in this video guys. You guys are not going to be hearing the CATLESS downpipe in this video, not until I do all the rest of the bolt-ons, put the tune on, then we'll obviously go ahead and turn the car on. I'm actually going to put in the new spark plugs for this car. Now of course, what better spark plug to use than the NGK Iridiums, specifically this code right here for Speed 3's LTR7 IX-11 and the 6510. This is the spark plug to go with for speeds, and they're one step colder, which is obviously good for being modified. Before we put those in, I do have to gap the spark plug, so we have the gap tool here that we're going to use. And from what I can remember, the tuner did say I need to gap these spark plugs anywhere from 0.26 to 0.28, so anywhere between this part right here. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to go ahead and throw these in, and I think we're going to call it a day. Out with all the old, look at this. just like that, we got the CATLESS downpipe and the Turbo XS test pipe down and installed inside the Speed 3. And of course, we switched out the spark plugs to the one-step colder ones. That way, when we get to tuning, we're all ready and all set. And now that we got the worst part out of the way, which is the downpipe, we can do the super easy stuff like the intake, also the boost controller, and the oil restrictor bowl. This thing's about to be so much more different. It's about to sound different. It's about to perform different. I cannot wait, especially when we put the front mount intercooler on this thing. And for those of you that waited this long, here's a little sneak peek of the front mount. And up here we got the box full of the clamps and the hoses and the piping. If you guys are just as pumped as me and waiting to see the Speed 3 start for the very first time with the mods on it, smash that like button, guys, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Man, I'm so excited and I cannot wait to show you guys Speed 3 once its mods are all on.